Well, our 9 Cares Colorado Shares food drive is happening right now. We're partnering with King Soopers and food banks around the state to help those in need.
That includes some of our most vulnerable neighbors here in Colorado, excuse me, which are seniors. Our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Kohli, joins us now to talk about how food insecurity impacts seniors. And I'm so glad we're having this conversation because we talk about so much about kids, right? We know kids need full bellies to be able to, live their best lives in school and learn, but we don't talk enough about seniors and how this affects them.
We don't. And in fact, our seniors actually have a target sign on them. So if you think about all the risk factors that seniors have that many of others don't, they're more likely to have issues potentially with transportation or be disabled, unable to access food. Many of our seniors are actually on fixed income, which makes it difficult with the rising cost of food out there for them to afford it. Many of them have chronic health problems that don't just limit the choices that they can make, but sometimes exacerbate their ability to make choices. For example, diabetes, you can't eat sugar; hypertension, you can't eat salt; dementia, you forget to eat regularly or sort of eat enough. So I think all of this put together really puts our seniors at especially high risk.
Are there other factors that can play a role in this? And you mentioned that target that makes seniors kind of more impacted by this.
Yeah, they're definitely not only more impacted, but they're actually more likely to have more adverse health outcomes than even regular adults. And again, if you think about why, seniors are already a setup because of those chronic health problems. So if you're not eating well, you're having food insecurity, eating processed foods, you're likely to make those health problems worse. You're likely to have more gum disease because even that's part of a problem in terms of your overall health. Sometimes seniors will actually cut back on their medications in order to pay for food. So that can also exacerbate their sort of pre-existing problems. And then you can imagine osteoporosis, thin bones, vitamin and nutritional deficiencies, all of these can get significantly exacerbated as well.
Well, we know we have the food drive, and there's always, I feel like always around the holidays you get these drives, but then you think about the other months of the year, and these needs don't change. They certainly don't go away. As far as giving and donating outside of that, what else can we be doing? We all have, aging people in our lives.
I think the first and most important question is to think about them and think about whether you can help ameliorate some of these risks. So, for example, seniors who take care of grandkids are higher risk of having food insecurity.
Really?
Yes, and part of that is, again, fixed income and allocation of resources and what they're spending their time doing. So if you're a parent or you have a senior in your life, you want to make sure to help them focus on themselves and how they can start to help live more nutritionally. If you know somebody, a neighbor, a friend, a community member who's disabled or unable to drive or what have you, just make sure you reach out to them and ask them if they might need a hand, help with delivery of food or what have you. Those are great ways to help your seniors out too. So over the holidays, giving somebody a gift of having Uber delivery of their groceries or all the other delivery services, that would be a really great way to help out. And then of course reaching into your hearts, taking out some money or into your pantries and taking out some food and helping to donate good healthy food, not necessarily the canned processed food, but good healthy food that can really help people like the seniors live a better life. And asking, because talking about it, a lot of people are embarrassed to say, hey, I'm not able to afford meals, especially over the holidays, especially if I'm paying for gifts. I might cut back on food or cut back on medications.
All right.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially as folks get older. What about for those seniors who might be dealing with this? Especially important for them to reach out for those resources, maybe even if they're a little apprehensive to do so.
Very much so. And I think social isolation is such a big piece of this because our seniors are so socially isolated that exacerbates the problem and it prevents them from seeking the solution. So they feel a little nervous about reaching out, but that's where food drives and such can really sort of help. And I would say for those of us that tend to sometimes waste food over the holidays, that's the other thing to think about is, if you have any leftover food or meals or anything like that, try not to waste them as much as you can because there may be somebody out there who could benefit.
Yeah, great information, Dr. Kohli. Thank you as always. And 'tis the season to give. Just want to give you a reminder right now about our 9 Cares Colorado Shares food drive going on through Sunday, December 10th. You can scan this QR code right here on your screen to get to our donation page and then donate also when you're checking out at King Soopers. That's a great way. Also, we have an all-day telethon happening this Thursday, November 14th. The donation page and all of this information is available for you at 9news.com/9cares.